Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Did you try applying yesterday's verse with some loud songs of praise? Psalm 95:2 says, "Let us come before His presence with thanksgiving. Let us shout joyfully to Him with psalms." I suggested practicing this by cranking up some good praise music and singing along loudly in your car or at home. Though God loves our private praise and worship and thanksgiving, He encourages us to declare Him publicly as well. Today's verse, Psalm 35:18, David promises, "I will give you thanks in the great assembly. I will praise you among many people." The whole psalm is a prayer. David is in trouble and pleads for God to help him, step in and fight for him, do something miraculous. In verse 18, he looks forward beyond the time when he knows the Lord will help him and promises that he will give all the glory for this to the Lord. He says, "I will give you thanks in the great assembly. I will praise you among many people." He continues asking for help, knowing that what happens to him, others will see. So when God wins in his life after this trial, it will reflect positively on what kind of God he serves. He ends the psalm with, "Let them shout for joy and be glad who favor my righteous cause, and let them say continually, 'Let the Lord be magnified, who has pleasure and prosperity in his servant.' And my tongue shall speak of your righteousness and of your praise all the day long." I realized a few years ago that God working in my life wasn't just for me. It was for others to see and hear about. When we see God fighting our battles, vindicating us, keeping His promises, our natural response should be to thank Him and give Him glory for it by telling others what He's done. As we thank Him in a public way, we can help build others' faith as they see what God has done. One of my favorite phrases to use in a story I'm telling is, "You'll never guess what God did then." If we keep our praise and thanksgiving private, we're not giving God the glory He deserves. In fact, even in the middle of a crisis, as David models for us in this psalm, we can pray and look forward to when God has brought us through and plan on how we can give Him praise, how we can thank Him by glorifying Him to others. We can promise, "I will give you thanks in the great assembly. I will praise you among many people." So what has God done for you lately? Who have you told about it? How could you share it with a Christian friend, or better yet, a non-Christian friend? Perhaps you could ask your Sunday school teacher for an opportunity to share with your class what God has done, so that you can all thank Him and glorify Him together. Or maybe you could share your testimony with someone you know who's going through something similar. You never know how this can encourage someone's faith. Will you promise God today, "I will give you thanks in the great assembly. I will praise you among many people"?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.